Hello YouTube. So what I wanted to talk about today for my first video is an idea that I had about the Bible. So what I want to do is break this into three parts. Now the first part that is what I'm going to call the science of God's wrath. The second part is what I'm going to call the way, the truth, and the life. And the third part is what I'm going to call the Savior and belief. Now, no, this is not just going to be a plea to convert people to Christianity. No, this is totally different. So, without further ado, part number one. So the reason that I'm making this video right now is I was thinking a lot about, I've been thinking a lot about religion recently, a lot about the Bible, and a lot about science and how we would be able to square it with a natural world. So one thing that I came to was the idea that God's wrath and the idea of being saved, these things can actually, they can have a scientific context. So, for example, if you were to look at Noah's flood in the past, that is a person who receives a warning from God that there's going to be a massive flood. So, if we were to consider the fact that the Bible states that God is omnipresent, He is everywhere, it could be considered that God is simply the natural world itself. And we can learn by looking at the natural world, we can find signs towards what kind of things are going to be happening in the future. People are going to be able to learn about what's going to cause the next kind of disaster. We can predict when hurricanes are going to happen. We can sort of predict in what direction they're going to go based on our observations of the atmosphere. And we can find out things about the past also. So if you were to look at the natural world and you were to see signs of some kind of a disaster coming your way, it immediately falls to you to find some way to basically either spread the word to other people who will be able to find a solution to the problem, or try to figure out a solution to the problem yourself, preferably a combination of the two so you get as many heads as possible in on the game. So, and the fact that a lot of the people, now most of the people who get killed by God in the Bible, of course, are people who did something that he didn't like. So a scientific context for that would be to say that basically God is not so much angry and causing such things to happen, but it's more like such things will happen and you need to find out about God, or the truth, the scientific truth. You have to study the natural world itself so that you can find out more about what's going to cause these and what you can do to prevent them, or, mute the damage that they might cause. So this leads us into part two of the video, the way, the truth, and the life. So for part two of this video, what I'm talking about is going to be Jesus Christ. Now, I feel you can use the character of Jesus Christ in a way that can show someone the importance of being skeptical of a wild claim, of having actual proof behind it. Hard proof, something that can be backed up. So, you might be thinking that's ridiculous. I mean, how could you use the character of Jesus for proof? The guy is all about faith. That might be true now, but Jesus was not entirely 100% about faith back in the day when he was here the first time, according to the Bible. He performed miracles. He healed the sick. He turned water into wine. He walked on water. He showed proof to people. They were skeptics, and so he gave them a reason to not be skeptical about his claim. He provided the proof that was necessary. And then this proof would be able to be used to save people from God's wrath. And that's going to take us into the third part, the belief and the necessity of belief and the idea of the Savior. So for the final part of the video, we're going to be talking about the biblical prophecy about the end of the world. Of course, you have the idea of the rapture, where Jesus will come back, or in this case, this context, the truth will save those who believed in the truth, and those who did not believe in the truth were not saved. So what I think of when I think of revelations in this context, I think of revelations along the lines of an extinction level event, something that would be catastrophic to all life on Earth, something along the lines of what we could do if we had a nuclear war, send us into an ice age, or something less about humanity doing it, more along the lines of nature doing it. You have super volcanoes, you have meteors in space, etc., etc. There's all kinds of stuff out in space that could conceivably come by and kill us. There's all kinds of stuff on Earth that could happen that could cause some kind of a doomsday event and spell the end for mankind. And when you get to this kind of an event, the people who are going to survive are going to be the people in the communities who have put the most effort into science. They're going to be the people who are the most technologically advanced, most likely. So what you basically end up with are the people who knew the most about the natural world are going to be the best equipped to survive a global catastrophe and to come back and rebuild a functioning society afterward. So that's all I've got for this video. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm going to be putting more videos up soon with basically just my musings and ramblings about the world around us. And anyway, I guess I will see you all next time.